there, my name's Sarah and I'm going to be sharing with you a review of the Kobo Libra H2O e-reader as well as the case I ended up getting for it from Amazon. It's fairly comfortable to hold. I've taken it out of its case to show you. It has a grippy spot at the back. I just wanted to see how it was without the case because I was just around home, carpet area, bed, couch, not a lot of places where if I dropped this would actually get damaged, and it's protected from water, so that's really good too. I was taking this to the cottage, hence why I was excited about the water part. It's really comfortable just on its own. I was like, oh, I really don't want to put a case on it. It feels so comfortable in my hands. I got used to it. I love the grip on the back. The case that I have doesn't have a grip on it, but again, you just kind of get used to changes, right? So once I put it into the case, I got comfortable with that as well. It does feel a little bit thicker. Overall, whether you get a case or not, I think it'll be comfortable to use. This is a bit bigger than some of the other e-readers I've seen, and I really like the beveled edge here on the side with the physical buttons. I just like holding on to something on the side as opposed to at the bottom. When you rotate it, the words rotate it with as well, but I haven't really read like this, but maybe if I tried, I would. I just much prefer reading like this. I like the feature where you can look up words with the built-in dictionary, because when I was reading physical books, I was like, oh, I gotta look this up in the dictionary. I don't know what that word is. I should really learn more about that. This makes it so much easier. It's like instant as well. You can highlight. There's a lot of other really cool features, and I'll have a link below where you can get all the necessary specs that you'd be interested in. I'm really enjoying the backlit feature and the fact that it's like paper, because I really get nauseated when I look at a computer screen or anything like that for too long. Right now we actually don't have bedside table lamps. I love that the light adjusts to your surroundings. So if it's really, really dark, then it gets brighter. And if you're somewhere where it's not bright, then it adjusts lower, as well as the orange light at certain times. You can adjust if it adjusts automatically or at what time. It's ready to use, which is a main feature that I want, because sometimes I'm good with how it is. The battery life on this reader is really good. Now, I don't read every day. I had some stints where I got this about a month ago and I've only had to charge it once, and that was just from out of the box because it doesn't come with a full charge. Speaking of which, it does come with a charging cable with a USB end, so if you want to plug it into the wall, you just have to use a wall charger that you already have, maybe for your phone, or just order one, or you can plug this into your computer or laptop if it has USB capabilities, or if you have an attachment that allows you to do that. I only recently had to charge it for a second time since I got it over a month ago. Believe it or not, this e-reader, specifically, I guess, because this is the one that I got, has made me love reading all over again and enjoy and want to read, as opposed to just with physical books. I was definitely in a reading slump, and I feel like I have been for a couple years, to be honest, and I never thought that I would love reading on an e-reader because I love physical books so much, but I also love borrowing books from the library. So this is where this has come in handy, especially with everything going on. If you look at the year of this video, you don't have to touch things, and I know that libraries are doing a great job of that, but it just kind of eliminates that and it gets returned automatically. You don't have to think about that as well. Overdrive is already on here, so you don't have to worry about putting it on and going through all of those processes. I think what really made this exciting for me and pushed me to be excited to read more is that little progress at the bottom. Really encourages you, gives you an idea of where you are. With physical books, of course, you keep checking and you like look at this, what's the opposite side of the spine? Wherever the pages are, and you're like, how much have I read so far? The progress bar really helps, and it's even more exciting, believe it or not. And then there's a little graph button at the top of the page that gives you the percentage of the chapter that's left to read, about the time that it'll take you, next chapter, how long that'll take you, a chart that shows the length of the chapters by height, and an estimate of how many hours you have left to go. Like I mentioned, you can make a lot of adjustments: font face, size, spacing, margins, left justified, centered. Brightness can be manually adjusted, and you can auto have the natural light setting, and bedtime for me is set at 10 p.m. so it adjusts at that time. And there's a learn more option, as well as the rotate option can be adjusted to just be portrait or just be landscape and not have the auto rotate on. I don't mind the auto rotate, but now that I think about it, maybe I'll take that off because I only like to read portrait style. Oh, I do have to mention that the accuracy of the touch point is not sensitive. You have to be very accurate with where you press and the pressure. I'd say it's about 98% accurate. You can remove downloads if you've run out of room, but it'll still show up on your Kobo. You can also remove the book completely and not have it on your Kobo, because sometimes visually you're like, oh, I've read that, but I want to get it off there. You can always restore it on their kobo.com website to your e-reader. Since this was my first time owning a Kobo, I had to create a Kobo account, so you can do that as well on kobo.com. It was really easy. Now that I'm thinking about it, did I create it on the e-reader? No, I think I started it out on the computer, but I don't remember it being difficult at all. Other than the physical buttons, there is a port to plug it in so you can charge it, as well as a button on the back to put it to sleep. But if you have a case for it like mine, it's magnetic, so when you go to close it, it automatically puts your Kobo to sleep. They do have ones that you get from Kobo, but this one I got from Amazon. Kobo had like solid colored ones. I wanted something a little bit more my style. They had so many selections as well. Like there was a Starry Night one that kind of looked like a school notebook. I will link below the exact one that I got here with the button on the back. If you hold it down, that turns off your Kobo, but if you just close it, it puts it to sleep. It does have the feature to fold it up so you can put it on whatever surface you have. I haven't used this feature before because I'm usually holding it like a book, and it is soft velvety on the inside, so it hasn't damaged the e-reader, and I have taken this out from the case a couple times and haven't noticed any scratches. It is pretty grippy, so it isn't too slippery. You can kind of see there's a bit of texture. It's not the same effect as the grippy part on the back of the Kobo device itself without the case, but I think it is just as good and will keep your device protected no matter where you chuck it or put it in your bag or backpack. It'll just give you a great peace of mind. I decided to go with the black version just because I was like, I'm getting my fingers on it. Maybe they're not always the cleanest. I'm not sure if the white would show marks more, but in my mind, the black one was the way to go, and I just liked the way that it looked visually with the black text and the white background, but you might prefer the color white or a seamless look with the white background while you're reading. I will have the Kobo Libra H2O e-reader linked below, as well as the case. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. I'd love to hear from you. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be notified of my next upload, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!